السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم ألهمنا مراشد أمورنا وأعذنا من شرور أنفسنا. Whenever a person understands he has ownership, possession of something, it is only then that his relationship with that, his worry for that, his concern with that is created. Let me give you an example. In Turkey at the moment, over 45,000, 50,000, 60,000 people have passed away. It could be much more. And many, many buildings which can go into the hundreds of thousands. But because none of those buildings are ours, so we felt the pain. But because it wasn't my building, and it wasn't my child, we cried over it for 1 day, 2 days, we looked at it, but there was never a mourning. There was never a real tear, there was never a depression, because it wasn't mine. But what happens if 1 year, 2 years back, one person decided to invest in Turkey? And he took about 1 million, 2 million, he went there, he found a nice place, he put it up. 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Then when the news of the earthquake would go, the first thing he would do is phone to find out what happened to mine. Because now he got a relationship. There's an accident, someone passed away, a girl passed away, a family passed away, it hurt us, we're very sad, and life carried on. But if I last week just got proposed to that girl, and then the message comes that an accident took place, although she's not mine still, but because she was coming mine. Once the relationship of possession is created, man naturally worries about something and he makes sure I don't want to lose it. So in this world we all understood, I got fear because my body is mine. When we hear somebody is sick, someone got cancer, I get worried. And immediately I start listening what the doctor is saying, what to take to make sure you don't get cancer. I start buying things to make sure it doesn't come in me because I don't want to lose my body. If someone's car has been stolen, it makes me worried. What about my car? And then I have to take those precautions to make sure that what he never do, I have to do. Mine. Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about what we own. He spoke about what we own in this world, and he also told us that remember we own something in the next world also. And the reason of speaking of ownership is that's the only time we become bothered about it. One is if you take the road towards Jannah, that when I come there, Allah will give me a gift. So because it's not yet mine, I don't really worry about am I going to get it or not. And one is if it's told to me already, this is yours. And then you are told that you might just lose it. That's when that worry comes. That after getting something, there were those people in the past, Almighty Allah allowed them to see one of the women that was written for them in Jannah. Only one. And after seeing her, the woman then said, now don't lose me. That sentence, now don't lose me. This is what we are going to try and speak about now. Allah has created for me and He has written for me and He has created for you. There is palaces, there is gardens, there is the thrills in those palaces and gardens, and it is not somebody else's, it's mine and yours. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a booking has been made for every person. That booking in Jannah takes place. But sometimes with his own actions he cancels that booking. He says that individual in the grave already the angel opens up a door to him towards Jannah. And he says that what is this Jannah because I'm in punishment. He died in the anger of Allah. In the anger of Allah, the angel opens up a window towards Jannah. So he asks, what is this Jannah because I'm burning in the fire. The angel says, had your life been straight, that was already booked for you. That was already booked. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this will only increase his pain. That after seeing what was booked, he said, but it was you who cancelled it. So we already got something that's written for us. I only have to make a journey to get there, you have to make that journey. On that journey, there are a few potholes. There are a few people who are trying to hijack. We call them shayateen. That word shaitan over the years has become like a very small name for me and you. We began thinking it like one small jinn. One jinn in the toilet. Said before going in the toilet, watch out, shaitan mustn't catch you. We began thinking of it something so trivial, like just blow it away. Someone got jadoo, then you say, hey, the shaitan is terrible. But whereas the jadoo, which is what we call big, that is the small jinn. And what Allah Tabarak Ta'ala speaks about the shayateen, that is called major jinn. Those major jinn, they're not after one person's headache. And they're not after creating a pain in the toe of someone. Those are the small jinn. For them you'll tell, my child is crying. Maybe there's nazar. Maybe there's a jinn troubling. Say, go and get someone. Take some masala, some chilies, throw it around. Read something. You got some salt water, throw it. Now the jinn runs. That's a baby. And then you get major shayateen. Major shayateen are out for the attack. Their job is to make sure that that reservation that was made for me and you, I don't get it, you don't get it. One palace, 100 palace, thousands of palace. Easiest way to say a life of eternity where Almighty Allah will be, so to say, oh my servant, whatever you want, I'm ready to give it. But to reach that life, the shayateen are going out of their way to make sure I don't reach there, you don't reach. To be able to walk on this path, which is not an easy road, which is not a bright road, on which there's many potholes, on which there's many attacks. And they are told, if you can just get to the other side, that million that is there is yours. Now the man sits in the car. All he has to do is get on the other side. The first thing that he will do when he sits in his car is he will say, if someone can guide me, can I be escorted on this path? The security of lanes, if they can, some come in front, some come behind, put on the lights, then I'm safe. Because already I know I'm the target. I need an escort. This person, when he starts, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, he is saying this, that Allah, I got one journey to make. If I reach where I need to reach, the work is done. But will I get there? So he says, Allah, will you take me on this path? Will you be my guide? One is a guide who shows the way. One is a guide who takes you on the way. Say, I need someone who will take me. One car in the front, one car behind. Forget that. One of you can drive me also. So I will sit on the side. Now I'm protected from every side. If someone has to shoot, somebody else will get shot. If someone has to bang, somebody else will get banged. Now I'm surrounded, now I'm relaxed. I've got a journey to make. So the dua was made, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Allah, for me to reach where I need to reach, I don't want to lose what you wrote for me. I must have this feeling for it. My Jannah, I must have my feeling. My woman in Jannah, I must have my feeling. My gardens, I must have my feeling. That if there was that one plot and the earthquake took it, I felt it, I lost my plot. My eyes and think of my Jannah. I must think of my gardens. And I must think of a shaitan who's saying, as I lost it, because he lost it. He was once upon a time also in a garden of Allah. He lost it. He's saying, as I lost it, I will make sure you also will lose it. That's his only mission on earth. If he can't get it, I mustn't get it. My eye must close sometimes and I must think of that paradise. And then I must think of that fire which is the other side. Where he's saying, where I am going to go burning, I want you to burn with me. And I must think of that. And then again I will read, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Allah, let me reach. As an answer to this, ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, came Al-Quraan. So the next surah starts, Alif Lam Mim, Dhalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fi. You are asking for that hidayat, this is this kitab. Hudan lil muttaqeen. This is what's going to take you to where you need to reach. So now this kitab came. It came as an acceptance to my dua and your dua. When someone is making dua for something, I need to go for Hajj, I need to go for Hajj, I need to go for Hajj. But it's so expensive. Around the corner, the father-in-law comes and he says, my beloved son-in-law, what a good boy you are. That's like out of this world. Where the father-in-law will ever say that? But now he said it, I'm sending you for Hajj. So my dua is accepted. This dua was, Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Almighty Allah said, what a question you asked. You need an escort to reach you to the ending. Here it is for you. It is called Al-Quraan. Now how is Qur'an going to take me and you on this journey? It will surround me in front. It will be in front. It will be behind. It will circle me on all sides. It will put on light so the dark road will become bright. It will make it entertaining. It will make it enjoyable. It will make a very, very difficult journey very, very easy. But all Qur'an will say is that as long as you carry on reading and contemplating, I will carry on driving. As long as you will carry on reading and contemplating. Tilawat is reading, tadabbur is thinking. Two things Qur'an is asking for. So that battery said, I will carry on moving. But man always keeps his eye on the gauge. And what if my battery goes flat? Then all the lights go off. Then immediately the car stops. Then all the lights around it is gone. Then all those side protections all disappeared. And now that attack that the devil was waiting for immediately starts. As long as tilawat is taking place, as long as tadabbur is taking place, Qur'an will be the driver in my car. Qur'an will ensure something is behind me, something is in front, something is around. And Qur'an will say, let's make this journey together. Allah's Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, a man who reads Surah Kahf on a Friday, for 1 week Almighty Allah will surround him. There will be so much of light for him that on the day of Qiyamah, if he wants to see the power of that light, from where he is standing, wherever he is standing on Hashr, right until the Kaaba, whatever is that distance, that whole thing will illuminate. Say, I gave you so much light in this world because of Qur'an. When Qur'an is read, everything is pushed away. The shayateen are not allowed to come close to Qur'an. So it's not allowed to come close to the reciter of Qur'an. He is known as the man of Qur'an. The devil wants to attack from under, from behind, from in front, from any side. Qur'an creates a barrier. We heard about Ayatul Kursi. Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, that house, you read it at night. The devil is not coming in this house at night. Few surahs he indicated, but the whole Qur'an, this is what we need. Two things are required, tilawat, whether we hafiz of Qur'an or not. Reading Qur'an is going to save everyone. Memorizing Qur'an will save the man who memorized on account of his reading Qur'an. If an individual memorized many years ago Qur'an, but he stopped reading, his battery will also start going off, gone. And then he will be a man who got the power to create light. The only thing is not switched on. Everyone, now that Ramadan is coming, we enter an era which is called post-COVID, after COVID. Many of the people say many of the sicknesses we're seeing is because of COVID. We don't understand it to be much because of COVID. But we do feel that 5G technology is going to place a very, very great strain on the spiritual and physical body of all. If a small child in the past was like far from cancer, in the future Allah save all of us. Small children will also be prone to cancer. The amount of radiation that will now be moving in the world is not like 5 years ago. A small child might not be able to walk straight. The doctor will look, say, what's wrong? He already lost his balance at such a young age. Where a man, when he's 70, 80, he starts losing. But the amount of radiation the child is going to see now, that old man is also not seeing. Now that amount of things that are moving in the air and are moving through the phones, 5G has created something else in this world which is not the best. It is scary. It is going to attack the physical body, it's going to attack the spiritual body. It's going to hit on the mind, it's going to hit on the spiritual heart, physical heart. It's going to hit on the spiritual body, physical body. No one wants to lose. I don't want to lose my physical. I don't want to lose my spiritual. I don't want to spoil my dunya. I don't want to spoil my akhirah. The other day someone mentioned that one of the best ways to save ourselves physically is if a man can walk barefoot on grass. He says, just like how you have earthing, electricity needs something to have earthing. That the electricity has to go into the earth. He said, this body also needs earthing. But a time came when no one walks barefoot on grass. He said, if a person walks barefoot, in the books of fiqh they speak about the salah that is read on the grass, on the sand. There your leg touches, your hand touches, your head touches. But he said, now no one does it. So I said, what's the next best? He said, the next best thing is people have experimented that if you read good words on some water, they saw that if you read good word on water, after crystallizing the water, if it had good word on it, the crystal form that it made was like very unique, smart. If it had a bad word on it, it never gave a good shape. It was a non-Muslim experimenting. So someone said to him, I'll give you some other water, try it with this water, Zamzam. Now when they brought Zamzam to him, number one, he couldn't crystallize it properly first. It took him a very long time. He said, this is water like no other water. Other water crystallizes so easily, this thing took so hard. And when it finally made its crystal what he was looking for, he said, I have never seen a shape as beautiful as this. He said, what is this water? And I never even read on this water. I said no word to this water. So he took out a whole discussion, he called it messages from the water. So that person who's telling me that, then he said, we thought about this. That if the outside water can be so affected by words, then the majority of the body of man is also called water. Our inside is also water. And if words could affect that outside, then what a effect it will have on the inside. So he said to me, from this I understood that one bayan, what a effect it has on a person. Because he's hearing good words. So his inside water is taking unique effect. So then I said to him, forget one bayan. What do you think will be the effect of Quran on that? What will be the effect of Quran? So I said, you asked me like when 5G has now broken the surface and it's everywhere now. And how are we going to save ourselves? I said, when Jibreel alayhi salam mentioned to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam about fitan, and then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned to his Sahaba about fitan, trials that will just come one after the other. Then the Sahabi radiallahu anh said, oh Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man najah, how will we save ourselves? Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam then kept quiet. Then he waited for Jibreel alayhi salam to come with the answer. When he came with the answer was Al-Quraan. The answer was Al-Quraan. It will remove these rays. It will save our physical. More than worrying of the physical, it will save the spiritual. It will save the heart. It will save the mind. It will surround us from all sides. All me and you need to do is, we made the dua, we will make it after every salah. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Allah, I need a guide on this road. Can you send for me an escort? Someone to take me right through to I can make what I want to make. He said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. Yes, the book. But when the person got the thing, then suddenly he turned his attention the other way. He said, you asked so much, we sent it to you. Are you not going to read this Quran? Allah Tabarak Ta'ala grant blessings to all of us. The month of Ramadan is coming. Don't wait for the first of Ramadan. Fitan has opened up its jaws very, very big. It's attacking from every side. Tilawat of Quran will change everything. I need to start reading. The stronger these rays and technology and fitan become, the more my tilawat has to come. Unfortunately, the opposite happened. Technology took away all our time. If before I was reading one juz of Quran, because of the phone and internet, now I say I read 3 pages of Quran. Because at night I'm busy answering emails, chats, WhatsApps. Me and you need to go back to Quran. It has to come back to 1 juz of Quran, 2 juz of Quran, 3 juz of Quran. Allah Tabarak Ta'ala grant us all tawfiq. Allah Tabarak Ta'ala in the blessings of this khatam, make everyone, me and you, from Ahlul Qur'an. And in the barakah of Qur'an, Allah protect our physical, Allah protect our spiritual, Allah protect our dunya, Allah protect our akhirah. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.